So you want to know how to remediate your files for accessibility? Let's get started. In this short video, I'm going to show you how to use the accessibility checker in PowerPoint. You can use Panorama to remediate your content directly in Canvas, but I find the interface a little more challenging for bulk or complex work. If you're revising a class overall, it will make more sense to do your remediations in either Word or PowerPoint, and then upload the corrected file to Canvas. First, open your PowerPoint, access the accessibility checker tool by going to the review menu item, and then clicking the accessibility checker icon from the review ribbon. A panel on the right side will slide open. This first quick fix option is sometimes useful. It's telling me that AI has generated alt text for several images that lack alt text. I probably won't use this, but I'll click in just to see what the images are. Okay, as I suspected, these are mostly decorative images that don't need alt text, so I'm not going to use this quick fix option. Take some time to get to know the panel. Let's look at what the checker has flagged. Okay, scrolling down the list of issues, I'm good with color and contrast, but I need to add alt text. Click into that item. The checker will walk you through from first to last issue. The image you're being asked to deal with is highlighted by the accessibility checker. This first one is a voice narration. The speaker icon users can click to start the voice narration. I'm going to be giving this to students as a video, and it will have captions. So I'm just going to add a basic alt text to indicate what it is. Once you start typing, the option to auto-generate goes away, and instead you have a button to save your work. After saving, the checker moves on automatically to the next issue. This one is a purely decorative image. I'm going to check mark as decorative and move on. I'll do this for each of the images noted in the checker. Note that most of these images are important for my presentation to a greater or lesser degree. I'm using my best judgment about what is decorative, what could do with a basic indicator of content, and what needs a little more explanation. If you're using truly content-rich images with no descriptive text or audio content, you will need to be very explicit about what is being represented in the image. Ask yourself, if someone is using a screen reader, would they understand what's happening in this slide? If the answer is sort of or no, you need better alt text. Okay, I've done all of those images. The next issue is missing audio or video subtitles. You can edit captions here, but in this case, I know I'm going to use this as a video. It will have subtitles generated. I'm going to skip these. They will register as not fixed, but that's okay for my purposes. Let's go back to the accessibility assistant. Now I see there are some document structure issues, specifically missing titles and reading order problems. These are severe issues in Canvas, and they really should be corrected. This one is missing a slide title. Obviously, I intend this to be the title, but it's not tagged as such. Usually your template will have an area designated as available for your title. In this case, I added a text box, it looks like. So I'll tell PowerPoint that this is the title for this slide. Click slide title dropdown and then set as slide title. Or you can use the button in the accessibility panel. Here is an embedded video. I still need a slide title for this, but I don't want it to interfere with my visible content, so I'll add a hidden slide title. Great, that's done. Now I'm being asked to check reading order. Reading order is a document structure issue too. It helps screen readers know what comes first, second, third, and so on in your slide. Once I've clicked in, I'll be asked to verify the reading order. Let's see what that does. All right, here are all the items on this slide. Some of them are dimmed out. Those are things I've already marked as decorative, so screen readers can ignore them. What order should the remaining items be read in? Use drag and drop or the buttons to move the items into the correct order. Then go back to the Accessibility Assistant tab and move on to the next instance until all your issues have been addressed. Correcting the reading order is very difficult in Panorama, and it is the top severe issue in Costello. Note that the accessibility checker in both Word and PowerPoint works the same way. I find that these native tools are much easier to use than Panorama. You can use the question marks next to each issue or the accessibility help icon to learn more. A note on best practices. This process is not easy and it is not going to be straightforward either. My recommendation is to first assess what you need to do in your Canvas course, then go to the Files area in Canvas and delete all unused content. Then download all remaining content to a special folder on your computer. Correct your Word or PowerPoint documents on your desktop using the process I've shown here. Save each file, perhaps put the remediated files in another folder, but don't rename them. The file name should stay the same. Then re-upload the remediated files to the Files area in Canvas. You should be prompted about what you want to do. Replace the files with these new versions so all your links in modules remain the same. If you don't get that option, as happened to me here, you'll need to delete the first file and check your module links. You may have to add the file again.